play something real quick. All right. We are live from Facebook, both of my Facebooks and YouTube. So tonight we are live already.
Awesome.
And I'm going to go. Hey, everybody, just give us 1 or 2 more minutes and we'll be on live. Thank you guys for your patience. What's going on? All right. All right. So going to get my, there we go. How's everybody doing? All right. So
Oh,
welcome to another session, a power session with yours truly, DMP Speaks. And you might say, well, I've seen this lady before. Yes, she's back on. It's my sister, Miss Power. Say hello to everybody.
hello, everyone. Good evening.
Yes. So thank you guys. So we are live finally from all social media sites. I had a little situation last time, but we are good tonight. So don't want to waste your time, but I need you guys to do me a favor. Please share this and share it with your mama, share it with your daddy, share it with that person that don't even like you. Share it with them. Because we're gonna really get into some good things tonight. And I'm glad to have my sister on. So how you feeling before we get into all this? How you feeling tonight?
I feel good. Um,
Uh,
honestly, I am tired, but it fits right along. When you living on purpose, you don't mind.
right,
You don't
right.
mind the challenges. You don't mind. So it's fitting. I'm fitting right on in. I'm
Awesome.
here on purpose.
That's it. On purpose. You better say that. That's what's up. So, yes, everybody, it's going to be a good thing tonight. We're going to talk about purpose. And again, toward the end or in the middle, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And we're going to look at them and we're going to answer them because we don't want you to leave off of this live show, this live telecast without your answer. All right. So, tonight we're talking about how purpose enriches your life. That's what we are talking about today. And that's why I really wanted her to get on tonight again with me because I feel like she has some great things to share. And it's going to be awesome. Let me ask you, am I too loud, everybody? And everybody can hear me? Okay. Give me some thumbs up.
And I kind of hear a little bit of a little bit on Instagram. So I wonder, do I need to go on mute on Instagram?
Let's try the mute on Instagram.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Can
it
you hear me?
is. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I still hear the sound, but it's not bad.
It's not bad? Okay.
No, it's not bad.
All right. So last time she was on, we were on together, we talked about what it takes to truly be happy, right?
Yeah.
Again, but tonight we're talking about purpose. It is so important to find your purpose.
Yeah.
But we're going to kind of dive into some areas because I have some questions that I want to ask. But I also want her to just be herself because Power Session is all about being empowered in this 30 to 45 minutes. I really want everybody to be empowered. Again, I want you to be strengthened. Share, share, share. I can't stress it enough. You're going to get some nuggets tonight. You're going to get some help. You're going to get some spiritual help. You're going to get some mental help. You're just going to get some help.
Yes, yes, that's what
Yes,
does.
that's right. That's right. So, first question off bat, this is
Mhm.
to you. What does purpose mean to you?
In the simplest sense, when you are creating something, right?
Mhm,
You're creating it for a specific purpose. If it's a work of art, it's to hang up and look good. Or if it's a pen, it's to write. If it's a radio, it's to project a sound. And
mhm,
so purpose to me is the reason why you were created. You know,
mm,
what is the reason God created you
yes.
in the simplest sense?
Yeah. I agree. Um, because I feel it's a creation. It's what the Creator put in us to fulfill,
Yes.
and it could be exciting, and also it could feel like a burden, but it's not a burden.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about
Yeah,
that as well.
I'll beg to differ. It is a burden,
Yeah.
but because it's the burden of your purpose, you
Right.
won't mind carrying it. You won't mind
Well,
going.
talk about that. Talk about that. That's good. Talk about that for a second, because that's why I did it for. Because when you come talking about purpose, a lot
Mhm.
of people say, "Yeah, I'm doing this," but it feels like a burden.
Right. Yeah. Well, um, there can be different types of burdens that we carry. Some
Mm,
burdens, we should not be carrying. But
right.
when you're carrying the burden of purpose, again, you don't mind carrying it because as you carry it, you find meaning to life. You
That's right.
find something that's bigger than yourself that you don't mind carrying the weight of it. You don't mind the sacrifices. You don't
Mhm,
even mind the obstacles
right.
because this is a burden that you're carrying that you're going to carry until it becomes light, until you
Hmm.
feel it, you know?
Yes.
And
And we
so
have to do that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's a labor of love, like it's
Mhm,
just like having a baby. No one likes labor pains, no one likes the weight of having a baby, but it's like the joy that comes when you deliver and when you can see your baby. It's the same thing with
mhm,
purpose.
mm. So you're birthing something, even though there's pain.
Yeah.
After the pain goes, that's where the joy comes. Because you're in your purpose.
Yes, but with purpose,
Mm,
there's purpose that you need to serve, or there's purpose that you need to fulfill
mhm,
season by season. And so, for one season, however long that season is, you're delivering something. And then for
mhm,
the next season, you have another burden and you have to deliver something. And so
mhm.
it's not something that you'll feel like, oh, I accomplished my purpose in 5 years. But
Right.
it's until we die,
Can
we're
you
the
have multiple purposes? Let me mess with you a little bit. Can you have multiple purpose in one purpose?
I believe
Mhm.
that you have one purpose that may play out into
Ah,
different assignments.
that's why I asked you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one purpose,
Mhm.
but it's going to play out in different ways depending on the season, depending on the place, depending on, the different dynamics around you.
Good. Now let me. I'm gonna mess with you tonight. So just get ready.
Okay.
So my next question is then for you: how does one find their purpose?
Okay, so this is huge because sometimes you can be operating in your purpose in a sense, but not really have awareness that this
Okay.
is your purpose. or not have an understanding of the depth and breadth of your purpose. And so I think, well, I believe that in order to really understand the depth, the height, the breadth of your purpose, you have to be connected to your creator. You
Mhm.
have to really have that relationship established with God to be able to hear from him, to interpret the natural things that happen in your life
Yeah,
for whether you are aligned to your purpose. And I can explain this a little bit more. The
sure.
biggest one, the biggest one is like, well, it's up there. It's a couple things, but it's your energy.
Hmm.
If you are in if you are operating like in a realm of responsibility and influence or whatever, you moving, you shaking, you living, and you notice that your energy is just always low, your spirit is always low, and you are just constantly battling with a low sense of energy, low sense of inspiration, low sense of motivation.
Hmm.
It means that you're misaligned. But when you're moving, you shaking, you're living, and you just feel energized even though you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
That's your energy telling you that you are aligned, and you
Hmm.
always feel inspired, you feel motivated, you see obstacles, you see mountains, you see the giants, but you just have that hardcore drive. No matter what is in my way, I'm a slave. No matter
Right.
how high I have to climb, I'm a climb. No matter how big the obstacle, I'm gonna go through it.
Right.
When you have that sense of attitude, you're well connected to your creator, you're aware of why the obstacles are coming, and you just have that like no nonsense type of attitude. This is my purpose. I don't care what's in the way. Nothing's going to separate me from God's love. I can overcome all things through Christ. Like you just gonna kill.
Hmm.
You know when you are operating in your purpose, and you know that you're operating in your purpose when it just helps you, it like life just makes sense more.
Hmm.
Like your trauma makes sense, your
Right.
opportunities make sense, your connections with other people make sense, the doors of opportunity that are presented to you, they just make sense because you're aligned to your purpose.
Hmm.
But if you're misaligned, then you just don't know. Like you just don't have you don't have your spirit is not able to really connect and point to, what's going on in your life because you're
Right.
not aware of what your purpose is. So it really, really enriches your life.
I love your energy
When-
because you got to have the energy. You got to have, because we're talking about purpose, right? Because I look at purpose as this is my God given assignment.
yes,
When you find that God given assignment, it just, like you said, things start to make sense. But
yes.
when you are not in your purpose like you're supposed to be, things
Mhm.
really don't make sense.
Right.
Because for me, I felt like I was all over the place. I was trying to do this, I was trying to do that, doing stuff that people wanted me to do. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is my purpose. But
Right.
I didn't have a burden.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna flip it. I
Mhm.
didn't have this passion to do it.
Yeah, it felt like
I
an
didn't have this drive to
right?
do it. You know what
Yay.
I mean?
Yes.
Because my mentor always says your passion will show. What do you say? I'm trying to make sure I get it right because he might be watching tonight, so I want to get it wrong. He's like, your passion will show you your purpose, and when your purpose is shown, your passion
Mhm.
shows. I hope I got
Yes.
it right. I got it right, mentor. That's what you have to put in every night. Like when I do these sessions, whether I have one or two on, I'm
Mhm.
excited to do it because it's a part of my purpose. And I'm
Yes.
not going to let anybody take me off of my purpose
Right.
because we can be so all over the place. Somebody said it on Instagram. We can be all over the place
Yes.
We can be so disjointed. Oh my
Mhm.
God. Just like a muscle is pulled out of place. And we feel like, well, we should be doing what other people want us to do. But that's not actually what we should be doing.
Right.
We need to find our lane. Do you know how many times we get out of our lane to get in somebody else's lane? And
Yeah.
then we expect God to bless that lane, but He didn't put us in that lane in the first place.
Right. And that lane is not going to feel good
No, it's
because
not.
you're always going to be comparing yourself to
Come on, sis.
whoever lane that is. Always going to feel tired. You're always going to feel like an imposter. You always going to feel like
Oh,
you just slaving,
come
just
on.
slaving because that's not your lane. You were not fitted for that position.
That's right.
Whatever lane is yours, you're going to be specially and uniquely and customized, just
Excuse
fitted
me.
beautifully,
That's right.
because that's your purpose. And when you talked about being all over the place, sometimes like for me, I have had seasons where I was just all over the place. But
Talk
I
about that for a little bit if you don't mind. If you
yeah.
don't mind.
So I've had seasons where I was just all over the place. But the thing that I like to, tell my clients and people that I speak to is you do have seasons where you're all over the place because you do need to try things. Like
That's right.
don't just sit down and be like, what's my purpose, God? And just sit there. God
Right.
does expect us to move around, try things. Don't just wait for him to like spoon feed you your purpose. You have to try different things. And
Right.
so, once you get it, let's say you get into a position and you just trying this thing, and after some time, you notice, like, man, I like doing that, but I'm really just here for the money. That's
Right.
how you know, no, that's
It's your purpose, daughter.
you like I'm doing this,
Right.
I'm doing this here, and I feel like, I mean, it's cool. I like how I'm able to be seen. I'm able to be heard. I'm able to have an impact. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is an obligation. I'm just doing this because this is what people expect me to do.
Right.
So it's like as you're trying all of these different things, when it boils down to it, you have to read your energy and you have to read how close to God do you feel?
Mhm.
How well do you feel like your creativity is flowing in this thing?
I
It's
love that.
all of those types of things that you have to pay attention to
Mhm.
see if you're aligned or not.
Yeah. You have to be aligned. You have to know. And I'm gonna be honest for a second. There were times, everybody, I did not know my purpose. I
Yeah.
was playing drums, I was doing this, I was doing that, and I thought that it was,
Hmm.
but I found out that it wasn't. Now, what does somebody do when they are in something and they're good at it, but it's
Right.
not their purpose?
So that's what I was going to say is like, well, one point, because
Sure.
one point before I forget. So when you say, you were playing the drums, like say for me, I was doing a number of things. Um, and it's like, when you are doing those things, you may be good at it, you may be skilled at it, but that's just because you trained yourself to do that. Like you
Mhm.
can have learned skills, or you can have gifts that God just gave you that you need to refine. So
Right,
don't confuse things that you're good at because you went to school for it, or somebody taught you how to do it, or you just practice and you just got really good at it. That
right,
doesn't necessarily mean that you were naturally like gifted in that thing. And you might have some natural giftings too. But
right,
you want, like, we want to know what God fitted me for, what God created me for. The other point that I wanted to make is
sure.
purpose is not necessarily the thing that you're doing with your hands. It's not even necessarily the words that you're saying. It's
Mhm.
not your activities. It's really the spirit that you bring into those things.
Mm, good point.
You know, so if you're in a position and you're doing something, whether it's speaking, whether it's playing or singing, I'm a singer. Like, if you're doing all of these types of things,
Mhm.
it's like, um, what spirit do you bring to that thing?
Yeah.
Like, I can sing the song and somebody else can have, can sing the song and even sing it better than me. But
Right.
what spirit are you bringing behind that song?
Yeah.
Is it going to do what God called you to do through that song? It's the
Right.
spirit that you bring. Even like
Right.
with you playing the drums, what spirit are you bringing to that thing? Is
Right.
it going to drive just an emotional response where people just get excited and they
Right.
dance?
Right. Oh. Right.
Or
Right.
is it going to have a spiritual impact?
Right.
So,
Because it's changing atmospheres. Because a
exactly.
lot of people will say when I played, and I'm not boasting, I'm
Yeah.
skilled,
Mhm.
but there is a point where the anointing of God hits me, and when it hits me, I can I know, wait, this is not me anymore. This is not my skill.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
your
the
gift.
anointing giving me that. So
So do you see
it's
what I'm
important.
saying, David? Like, do you see
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like, you playing the drums, it's your purpose. If you have that gifting to change the atmosphere to where
Mhm.
things just start shifting and stuff, that's your purpose coming out in a different form or fashion. That's the spirit behind the
I
thing
love
that
it.
you're bringing to
Yes.
that's doing what your spirit is supposed to do.
Mhm. Now people are like, "Well, I didn't know this was church." No, I told y'all. I talk about practical things, but I
Mhm.
also talk about spiritual things because not trying to get heavy with it, but we are spiritual beings. And
And
who I am a man of God. She's a woman of God. Now, I do a lot of things in the community. I have clients. She has clients. But I have to be true to who I am as well.
yes,
Because a lot of times when we don't get into our purpose, we're not connected to the purpose giver
yes.
and we try to do things on our own. Have you
Mhm.
ever been there, y'all? Have you ever tried to find your purpose? And again, you think this is it, but then you find out it's not. When it comes to your spiritual walk, when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to just who you are, you have to be able to go to the provider of those gifts, the provider of that purpose, because he will give that to you because he's already given it to you. Now you have to be able to use it. So
Yes.
my next question is, this is for the ones that are 20 years old, around our age, maybe a little bit younger.
Mhm.
Do you ever see that there are some young people that struggle to find their purpose? Because like my niece, she's 20. She's
Yeah.
brilliant. She don't really know how smart she is.
Mhm.
She don't know what she want to do. She has, oh, I want to do engineering, uncle. I want to do this. I want to do that. I have another young man wants to do this or do that. Well, why do you think young people struggle so much to find their purpose? Why do you think so?
David, like, it's adults. You know,
True.
like,
True.
there are adults that don't know what their purpose is, and so
Mhm.
I think that, like what I spoke to before, you first off, you're not gonna really understand your purpose to the magnitude that you can. Like, your purpose is supposed to bring impact. It's supposed to bring change. It's
Right.
supposed to have an impact on generations.
Mhm.
Your purpose is not just this like little thing, like it's you
And
will
be
have
done.
when you operating in your purpose.
Right.
And so before you can really get there to understand the weight, how heavy and how powerful you are when you're aligned to your purpose,
Mhm.
you have to be connected to God.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's the foundation. You have to be connected to God
Yeah.
to really understand your purpose.
Yeah.
The next thing is, you know, you like I said before, you have to try different things. You
Mm-hmm.
have to get it. If you like math, you have to get in math. If you like
Got
business,
to.
you have to get in business. If you like fashion, you have to get in fashion. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's not like purpose does not just show up on the drums or in the pulpit or things like that in the
Yeah.
church. It shows up in different ways.
Yes.
My purpose is heavy in entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy in business, And
Yeah.
so if young people are not sure of what their purpose is, I will always say intimacy and consistency in your relationship with God. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's number one. Number two, try different things. And again, just try to read your energy. See what gives you energy. See, just keep moving. Don't be stale and stagnant. Keep moving, trying different things. And as you do that, you'll start to see areas where you have natural giftings where wow, this is easy. Cause like when I'm in my zone, I surprise myself.
Mm-hmm.
You have that
Of
feeling
course.
sometimes where
I've had that a lot. Like what I'm doing now, working
yeah,
with clients, working on. I'll just throw this out. I'm working on a book. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is, but I'm working on a book.
yeah,
She has a. She'll tell you at the end. She has some things that she's working on. I get
yeah,
so passionate. Have y'all ever felt like that? You get so passionate about my purpose.
yeah,
Like yes, we all. I'm not sure, but some of you might have jobs, and you have wonderful jobs. That's wonderful, but I know my passion is the things that I want to do because I want to see people change. Like I really love
yeah,
to see people be transformed.
yeah,
When they apply not just what I say, but when they apply these principles to change their lives,
yes.
and God gives me that opportunity to help them.
Mhm.
It's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's a thought that I can't even explain. There's an energy we're talking about. It's an excitement that I have.
Yes.
So it's not about the money at that time. Somebody might say I'm lying, but I'm telling you, I've been up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock,
Yes.
4 o'clock
Yes.
because I was so passionate about seeing people change. Let me say this to you all. There are a lot of people right now that will come and watch this and say, that sounds good about getting to God, but I don't have the best relationship with God. I don't talk to him like I should.
Mhm.
I don't spend time like I should.
Mhm.
I don't know if God really knows me to give me my purpose, to show me. What do you tell that person that doesn't have the relationship like they should?
Well, I would tell that person that I have been there. Like there was a time in my life where I was just in so many self-destructive things, like bad relationships, drinking, smoking, like but to the extreme.
Mhm.
Every single day I was getting high, I was getting drunk. Like it was like I had so many fillers in my life. And I felt like, well, because I do all of these things, I can't really be close to God, you
Yeah.
know? And I can't, I tried to quit doing this and doing that, but I was not able to. And
Hmm.
I'll say that when you start to, like, if you feel like there are things in your life that separate you from God, then it's those very things that are being substitutes for God.
I love it.
They're
Yeah.
being substitutes for God. And because you have not really pursued just that love relationship with God, that's the reason why these things are stuck to you like that.
Yeah. And
You
they're
know?
hindering you, right?
Well, and like there's no shame in it.
No,
I
it's not.
guess the thing I'm trying to express is like, though you can be set free from the things that you feel like are separating you from God,
Hmm.
as you grow a love relationship with God, those things will just start falling off of you.
Hmm.
It just starts shedding off of you, and you'll make more space for God.
Yeah.
And So for people who feel like they're not really close to God, it's like just take baby steps to
Mm.
talk to him about everything,
Yeah.
you know, to get into a circle of like-minded people that want to live for God, want to serve God. When
Mhm.
you do that, you know, it becomes easier to let go of the weights that are hindering you.
Yeah. I like that. And if I could add, I think the biggest thing that I could tell any young person that's watching tonight, and you saying, I want a relationship with God, but you're so focused on, like you said, the things that you have done wrong.
Yeah,
Listen to me. I'm almost 38 years old. There are things that I'm not proud of in my life. I just got done Thanksgiving weekend hanging out with my close friends from high school. We were talking about certain things that we did in school, the good, the bad, the ugly,
yeah.
really ugly.
Mhm.
And I said, but one of my friends says, she said, but you changed. And she said, I know you go to church, but what changed? I said, Jesus did.
Yes.
God did it. You know
Yes.
what he did? He matured me. Because when I came here for school in Buffalo, New York, I was immature practically, mature, with my age, immature, I should say. But I was also immature spiritually
Right.
because I was trying to find my purpose, but I was trying to find it in the wrong things. So before I met my wife, I was trying to find it in a woman. I was
Yeah.
trying to find it in my jobs. I was trying to find it in my drums. And
Yeah.
that wasn't my purpose wasn't in that particular thing. I had to go to him to find it. And
Yeah.
I'll say this too. Now, this is the other flip side. People that really want to find their purpose, you said it earlier, you can't sit down and expect God to give you a purpose. And TD Jakes has said this when I was listening to one of his messages, and you flipping through the screens,
Mhm.
but you want the job.
Yeah.
You want to be a art or the art, be in the arts or artistic or whatever that you want to do, but you're not working towards it. It don't add up. You
Yeah.
have to be able to move. Because if you think about it, purpose, what's my purpose? What my purpose? Well, purpose moves.
Yeah.
Purpose is not stagnant. You have
Yes.
to move. And while you're moving, God is say, oh, well, my son, my daughter, they're taking what I have given them and they're working it. So let me add more because they're starting to unlock some of these barriers to their purpose. Now, since they're in the forward motion, I
Mhm.
can give it to them because they have gotten themselves off that couch, got it off of social media, and they started working.
Yes.
That's what we have to do, everybody. I don't care if you're 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And I'm going to say this to you, season, as they say, season. You don't say, oh, season saints. You are not done.
Right.
You got a purpose as well. I don't care how old you are. And okay, my mother's 70 something. I won't say how old she is. She don't like that. But I told my mother the other day, I said, Mom, your birthday is in about 25, 24 days. But you still got purpose, lady. You
Yes.
still have purpose on this earth. I
Mhm.
don't care what age you are. I don't care if that marriage didn't work. I don't care if this or that didn't work. You still have purpose. And
Yes.
you have to believe that for yourself. We can tell you all day, but you got to know that you have purpose. But we are coming to tell you if you didn't know, if you weren't aware, you do have purpose. Do you
Yes.
want to add on to that?
Wow. Yes. So I would say, if you're not really close to God, like, you don't feel like you have a living relationship with God.
Yes.
You can start off with the things that you're naturally gifted for.
Yes.
Like the things that you're naturally inclined to go towards, right?
Mhm.
Because
Yes.
those are an indication those can very well be an indication of how God wants to use you when you operate in purpose. But I
Mm,
like what you were saying, like as you pursue God, he'll give you more. Because I use this analogy as well.
hmm.
We're the bride of Christ, right?
That's
And
right.
Jesus is the bridegroom.
Hmm.
Now, a real man is not going to want to just get anybody pregnant,
No, sir. No,
right?
man. No, no,
Okay?
not at all.
Man is not going to want to get anybody pregnant. He's going to be careful with that seed.
That's right.
And that's
Ooh,
the
that's heavy.
same way with God.
Yeah,
He's
that's
going to
good.
be careful with his seed because, this is his baby.
Yeah,
He's not going to reveal mysteries to you that are going to empower you
that's right.
to slay the giant, to climb the mountain, to get the influence. You know, he's
Hmm.
not going to give those nuggets to you until he knows that he can trust you with it.
Yeah,
So you might be operating in, power and influence and everything like that, but trust and believe. If you are not in intimate relationship with God, you are leaving, this is my analogy before, you're leaving happiness, you're leaving purpose, you're leaving power, provision,
yeah,
influence on the table.
yeah. And you're walking
So
away with it. Yeah.
you're not gonna have the joy, you're not gonna have the peace, you're not gonna
Mhm.
have, the expansion
Yeah.
in the kingdom, the impact that you could have. You're not gonna be tapping into your true godly potential
Yeah.
if you're not connected with him.
Yes.
So you can have worldly potential, worldly power, worldly wisdom, but it's only when you're intimately connected with him when Jesus bridegroom is gonna want to say, yeah, I want to have a baby. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. And there are things that people have know as well that um purpose, I feel like it really starts young. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is I won't use the analogy of drones, but I'm very good with counseling. I love to counsel. I love the advisement, mentoring. I'm very good at that. But I started out a long time ago
Mhm.
before I started doing any of this, giving people good advice. I felt like it was good advice because they told me it was good advice. But I started to see just conversations. Oh, they will come back to me and say, "Hey, that advice that you gave me, that was solid. I actually used it. I utilized it and I got the job, or I utilized it and my mom and me, we talk now." I'm like,
Yay.
okay. And then and this is me. Well, I didn't really say nothing. It was like, so one person said, "Won't you stop saying that?" Because every time that I come to you and I get sound advice, and I know that you have prayed before you talk to me, it has helped me. One lady told me it changed her life. I was blown away. I was like, "What
Wow.
you mean? Changing lives?" And the Lord spoke to me one day, "You're going to change life." And it was, if we talk, if we're already here, we're here. I was prophesied to after service one day that my ministry slash business wouldn't be in the four walls.
Mhm.
I said, "Hmm? I've been in the four walls all my life. So what you
Right.
mean?" Now I see.
Yay.
What if I would have just did what other people wanted me to do? What if I would have just went on and did the pastoring because somebody said that's what they wanted me to do, but God didn't tell me to do it?
You would have been stuck in a box. You would have
And
been stuck in a box.
aggravated because that's not my gifting. Now I have pastor friends; they are wonderful, wonderful pastors, but that was their part of their purpose.
Yeah, that's not
And
your
I
thing.
it's just not me. And I had to come to the realization, listen, you got to do it exactly what the Lord wants you to do, the way that he wants you to do it. Because when you, again, we're talking about alignment. If you're out of alignment and
Mhm.
you're trying to do things because other people are telling you to do it, because they said they think that's your purpose. We don't got time to think if this is my purpose or not. I need
Right.
to know. I don't know about y'all, but I need to know what I need to do,
Yes.
who I need to help. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
Because this is where a lot of people fall in the church, in the marketplace. They
Mm-hmm.
are doing things that they were not called
Yes.
and chosen to do. And they wonder why am I not successful?
Mm-hmm.
Why are people not being changed? Well, you're not in the right place. I
Right.
ne- like okay, for like a GPS. I don't want my GPS if I'm going to California. I don't want my GPS to take me to Florida.
Yes.
I want to go to the destination that what I'm going for.
You don't want to
But I'm
be
putting my time and effort.
ladder. That's another,
Yeah.
climbing up the wrong ladder.
Now let's talk about that because that was one of my questions. What do you do? Oh, and I hope that you're enjoying this. Before we go forward, please share this with someone. I really hope that you guys are getting some value for your mental capacity, your spiritual capacity. I want to see y'all change. So
Yeah.
my question is to you, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm trying to see how to say this. Do you believe that purpose is born or is it taught?
It is born.
Okay.
It is born. And that's why we have to be very careful. And that's another reason why, like, you have to have a living, breathing, like, real relationship with God, because people in authority will see some potential in you. They'll see
Oh,
some gifts in you, and they
yeah.
want to snatch you up and tell you who you should be and how you should do it and all of those types of things. But honestly, this is a huge point. Honestly, when you're operating in purpose and when you are trying to find, the place that God has for you,
Mhm.
it's going to be so brand new
Yeah.
that you really are not going to see really anything like it out
Yeah.
there,
Right.
I mean, a coach, okay, a singer, okay, but really, it's like you have these generic titles.
Yeah.
But what you have is going to be so brand new to the world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, how can somebody teach you how to do what's brand new? How can
Yeah.
they teach you how to do something that eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard yet?
Mhm.
It has
Mhm.
to come from God. And so we have to be careful with, like, pastors and with, even coaches and mentors and all of those types of things. You want to find a coach that's going to lead you to find your own spirit, to lead you to find your own way,
Yeah.
you know, and not put you in a mode that you don't belong in, put
Yeah.
you in a box that you don't belong in.
That's it.
You have to be careful.
Yeah. I love that because the reason why I put that out because you said it. I don't know if you've been there, but people have tried to, and I'm good at other things. You could teach me how to do things. I could put things together.
Yeah,
I
you're a
can,
fast learner, right?
yeah, I'm a fast learner. There's certain things I can just do. I pick up on certain things, but there were some things internally that I was just born with. Like when it comes to the drums, I
Yeah.
never had any teachings. Nobody
Mhm.
taught me anything. I literally looked. It's like the Matrix. Literally, no lie. I can see somebody playing drums when I was younger. I'll be sitting with my dad on the first row, and I see the drummer playing, and I'm
Mhm.
like, he could be going fast, doing all these rolls, but there's something in my mind. I could slow it down. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3 with the bass. You
Mhm.
put those things together. Even if I didn't have it the first or second time, by the fourth or fifth time, I got it. Then I started adding the cymbals. I started adding this. I started adding the bass. How do you do the double bass? Okay, I see how your foot is. Because I would ask the drummer, "Can you show me how you do your foot?" In my
Mhm.
mind, I'm slowing it down. That's
Yeah.
how I taught. I taught myself.
Yes.
And that was born inside of me. I would bang on pots and pans. My parents would tell me today I couldn't, I would get on their nerves
Mhm.
because that was inside of me. And
Yeah.
somebody out there, there's something that's inside of you, and you're doing all these wonderful things, but that is not your purpose. And there's something inside of you that burns and yearns every single day that gets you up in the morning. And it's like a problem. I
Mhm.
love to help people with their problems. That's a part of my purpose. I
Mhm.
like to be a person that gives solutions. There are somebody out there that you are not living your purpose, and you got to start tonight. You got to start in your purpose. Whatever, however, you got to start tonight. Now, I want you to speak on this, and then we're almost going to end tonight. Thank you guys for coming on. It's a great pleasure having you guys on. What can someone do? Who did now? You kind of mentioned it with the coach. If they can't afford a coach at
Mhm.
that time, but they really want to work in their purpose, what are some of the things that they can do to grab their purpose by the handles and really start working in their purpose, if that makes sense?
Yes, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this
All right.
because oftentimes your purpose is going to be derived from your problems and your
Whew,
pain.
I felt that. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. And so whatever problems that have persisted in your life, you know,
Mhm.
your the first and foremost purpose is to find freedom, find happiness, find joy, find, peace. And as you go through that journey of finding healing, you're gonna strike gold because as you go through that healing,
Mm,
see, wow, your eyes are going to be open, your mind is going to be open, your heart is
yeah,
going to be open to where you see opportunities to serve in someone else's healing journey,
yeah.
you know?
I
And
love that.
so the thing that you can do if you're trying to find your purpose is to find out what has been paining me, what has been weighing me down, what has been oppressing me for years, and find your own healing.
Yeah.
And as you do that, you know, spiritually too, like
Right.
you have to find spiritual healing.
Right. You got
There's a
to.
way to process things with a therapist, and
Right.
there's different ways to cope and find coping mechanisms and all of those types of things.
Mhm.
But if you go through a healing journey with God, then that's when you're going to strike gold and you're going to see, wow. Because
Yeah.
guess what it does? When you are broken, you don't really have energy,
Right.
you don't have mobility,
That's it.
you don't have drive. But when you find healing, you find your mobility,
That's
you
it.
find your drive, you find your energy
Mhm.
to do.
Yeah.
So, really, purpose comes from that healing journey. And
I
that's what,
love that.
wow, like, because a healing journey is intimate.
Mm.
Like, you
Speak
have to
about
go
that.
through the details. You got to
Yeah.
go way back to mama and daddy and them,
Those root issues.
Yes. And so it's so intimate. It's so
Yeah.
close to you that it hurts so much, but it feels so good
Yeah.
to get that healing. And
Mhm.
so because it's so close to you and so intimate to you, you begin to develop the eye
Yeah.
and the ear to see and hear when someone is going through something similar.
Yeah.
And you have the tools to help serve them and to help heal them.
That's it. I love that you said that, the healing part. Because remember, y'all, we're still talking about purpose. Before you can really help, okay, I feel my help.
Come on
before
now.
you can before you can help anybody heal, you got
Yes.
to heal yourself. You
Yes.
got to heal inside yourself. You got to get the true healing. And a
Right.
lot of people, I'm trying to see if I should say this. I don't know if I should
Going to
say
say
that.
it. Going to
I'm gonna
say
say it anyways because I feel it. There are a lot, there are some people, not all, that will put on this facade that they're good about helping others, and that's great, but they don't know how to be nice. They don't know how to be kind. They're nasty.
Mhm.
They're rude,
Yes.
but they want to be. Oh, I'm in my purpose. How many times have you went to? And somebody's gonna get me for this. But how many times have you been to a church service, or you got to speak with the speaker, whoever doing, or the minister or the musician, and you'll go say, "I enjoyed that word," or whatever it is, and they'll give you an attitude. Oh, I don't have time to talk to. Can I just ask you a question? I have to
Yeah.
go. I'm sorry, I gotta go. Does that
Yes.
happen all the time? It happens. I like people that are genuine.
Yes.
I'm not
Down.
saying that you got to spend thousands of hours after you minister or you play or something, but you never know by just speaking to that young man, speaking to that young woman, how that can change them. To give
Yeah.
them the opportunity not to put you on a pedestal, but to
Mhm.
somebody that they can pattern themselves after. You
Yes.
have to be, you have to have the right spirit to do
Yes.
the things that you do. And if you don't have the right spirit and you are not fully healed, if you're not fully delivered. Now, I'll be honest, is every area of my life perfect? No. Am I
Mhm.
still working on myself? Yes. But the
Yes.
way that I can help my clients, help people spiritually and naturally, first of all, I forgave myself for what people have said and the things that I have went through. I am I have accepted myself for who I am. So then once I have gotten those things out of the way, when I hear things that are similar to what I went through, I can give them an answer
Yes.
because I have the answer because I worked on myself. I wouldn't advise any coach, any speaker, anybody. If yes, we are dealing with stuff, but if you know you're not ready, but you're doing it for other people, I would advise you don't to take some time for yourself to get yourself together
Right.
because a lot of people out here are hurting. We're almost done. A lot of people out here are hurting. A
Yeah.
lot of people are confused. A lot of people feel lonely. And it's not about you just looking good and smelling good and being in the just the right place or the right time. Sometimes my greatest times that I've talked to people have been in Denny's, have been in Walmart, have been in a conversation. One this lady she was had to be about 85, 90. This is the summertime. And we were talking about the gas prices. And I said, they're so high. She said to me, sis, boldly, she said, well, I probably won't be around to see those gas prices go down. And I said, well, man, why would you say that? I
Mhm.
said, if you don't mind me asking, are you sick? She says, no, but I'm 85 and I know I don't really and this is what she said. I don't have a purpose anymore. My son is not here. Nobody loves me. So I know God or the creator, I know he's going to take me soon. So I said, well, we are going to go one day, ma'am. But I said, I beg to differ to say that you don't have purpose. Because I
Yeah.
said, I believe that God has you here for a reason to touch people that you don't know with
Mhm.
your smile and your demeanor. That lady cried just like that. And
Wow.
this is COVID going on. She
Mhm.
came and hugged me. It was a
Wow.
Caucasian lady out of the blue. I was so shocked. She said,
Mhm.
"Young man, you made my day." And I said, now, do you believe that you have more life to live? I said, you can't look at your age anymore. You have to
Right.
look at your purpose. There's a grandchild, there's a niece or nephew that you, or there's somebody in your group that you need to help change or to motivate,
Yeah.
to cover with your world experience. I
Mhm.
say you can't cut your life short. That's not up to you. That's up to him. But while you're here, ma'am, there's some work to do. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Yes, I have work to do." I said all that to say, if an 85-year-old can change her mindset within 2 minutes of a conversation, not just with me, but being used by God to encourage her to plant another seed, what
Yeah.
about you? What about you? You 30-year-old, you 40-year-old, you 50-year-old. Yeah,
Yeah.
you might be dealing with something right now, but your purpose is not done. You're just getting started. I'm 37, almost 38. I'm just getting started on my purpose fully,
Yeah.
and I'm running.
Mhm.
I'm excited. So you got to be the same. You got to find that same excitement for whatever God has given you. So I'm going to be quiet because I know we got was almost out of time. I want to give the closing remarks to my sister. I want you to just close us out and also talk about your business before we end. You got the floor.
Okay. Well, I think that purpose is like why we're here. You know, purpose is why we're here. And so if there's anyone that does not know their purpose, then it's like you're just kind of aimlessly wandering.
Yeah,
And the happiness you feel, the joy you feel, the security you feel, all of those things that feel good are not the potential if
mhm.
you're not operating in purpose.
Yes.
Your life can be so much more sweeter, so much more impactful, so much more significant when you're aligned with God and aligned with your purpose. So, if anything, if before you do anything else, just say a prayer
That's right.
to pray, for God to reveal your purpose. But remember, it comes through a love relationship with God
Yeah.
because that's the only way He's going to give you His seed, and give
Mhm.
you a part of Him to do His job in the world.
Mm.
So, um, just me in general, I am very passionate about purpose
Mhm.
because I've seen how purpose has changed my life.
My goodness.
I'm so passionate about purpose because at one point I thought I was living according to purpose.
Yeah.
And I thought, that I was in the prime of my life. But God stripped me of that and really showed me true purpose, true peace, true joy that comes from being on point with Him and with my purpose. And so now, um, I am I am a holistic success lifestyle coach. And I have three main things that I am serving the world to help women who are purpose and success driven amplify their voice and amplify their work. And
Mhm.
so the first is a new productivity planner that I just launched. Yeah.
Woo! Woo,
So
woo,
it's
woo.
the Shift into Success Productivity Planner, and it really helps the woman to prioritize her life so that she can live on purpose spiritually, naturally, in relationships, finances. Our finances have a purpose and
Mhm.
wherever she builds. So it's organized to help the woman to connect with God and with her purpose in all the areas of her life so that she can find that energy and that drive and that momentum. The next thing is next year, I'm going to be starting the Shift into Success Sisterhood.
Come
And
on.
for women, again, who just don't want to settle for anything less than God's best in anything that she touches and wherever she is. And so I'm building this community to help women to do their best and to be their best. And it's a monthly membership. And
Mhm.
then the last thing is the Queen Up Mastermind that I'm also starting next year. And this is for the entrepreneurial woman who wants to live out her purpose in the marketplace through a personal brand. And that's a 4-month mastermind. So if you, my IG handle is there. If you're interested in any of these, you can tap into my profile to check it out.
And they can get that workbook off of that as well, correct?
Yes, the productivity planner, the link for the
The planner,
productivity
I'm sorry. Mhm.
planner is there. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh,
Isn't she wonderful, y'all? This is my new sister. She is absolutely dynamic. Listen, guys,
always
I
good
hope
to be here with you, talking with you.
yes, yes, it's wonderful, wonderful. Listen, guys, we are running out of time. Now, listen, we both, you as you can see, we both can talk. We probably could talk another hour, but I
Yeah,
know she got stuff to do. I got
I
stuff to
got
do.
lamb chops. In the oven.
Yes, ma'am. But I thank you guys so much for your time. Listen, it is a great thing to be on tonight. I hope that you got some nuggets to take and apply. Not next week or even next year. Let's not wait to 2022. Let's
Yeah,
learn how to apply these and start working on our purpose
yeah,
because our purpose does enrich our lives when we are aligned with God. And after we get aligned with God, He will show us how to do it, when to do it, who to do it to,
yay.
because that's what he wants. That is his perfect will.
He gonna
Ah,
give you your keys to the
he's
kingdom,
going to give you those
your very
keys.
own keys.
That's right.
Yeah,
And you're going to get what you need to help someone else because
yes,
that is the thing that I'll end out with this. I want to live my life on purpose. I want
yes,
to live it on purpose. I don't want to do what other people want me to do. I want to do exactly what God wants me to do, the way that He wants me to do it. Because at the end of the day, the end of my time, I want Him to say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Now the
yay.
doors of the church is open.
Come on
I'm
up.
just all right, let's get out of here. Thank y'all so much. Share this with
Bye.
someone, and we'll be back on hopefully for another part 3, part 4 next year. But thank you
Yay.
guys so much and have a great night. Peace, y'all.
Yes.